brother, where it makes sense today, a killer for one another for brother. But one thing me have to tell you them brother, when you love badness, cause watch your room then there enough. The room then there bill and put on brothers, then say who can hear must feel brother. You see how much room there? The room then there enough brother, and you put on it brother, dog. They room here, you know, and not just for gunman alone, you know, and not just for thief alone, you know, for everybody, you know, brother. Let me tell you, you know, no favorite people alone, you know, but watch you go on. Make we protect your life, brother, the fullest, brother. Cause watch you go on, you see it, I put them bill and put on room for we, you know. Them bill and put on room for we, cause then say we as ghetto youth, brother. No want nothing in our life. And them are sitting here we want alone, brother, look. Them are sitting here a room, they enough, brother, they not tap Billy room. Court, they not tap Billy room, bro. Believe, brother. The amount of room of them a build, brother. Bad man, youth. Me could live as one and love one another, no brother. Me could live as unity, no brother. Me could live as one, no brother. Where make sense with the do. A bad man in one another. A science in one another for no reason. And we not, brother, right now if we kill 1,000,000 man, brother, it don't make no sense, brother. We not achieve nothing out of it. Brother, look. A build room them and put on for we, know. Cause they no mean we no better, brother. They no mean we no good neither. So they just build room and put on them for we. So who can hear? Most wa. Feel. That's what I need to tell you.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Man, me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, man.
The pain you feel today is the strength you feel tomorrow. Every challenge encounter, there is an opportunity for growth. Wagwan, my people, hope everybody doing okay, hope everybody doing all right. Today, I reject all negative energy. I will angle every situation with wisdom. I will not allow negative thoughts or negative people to get in the way of what I aim to do. Big up the people who start the day well and I will end it well. I'm going to tell you something. Make nothing or no one get the best of you. Anyway, now people can just jump right into the news. The Hunts Bay Police, yes, the big corrupt police in the Hunts Bay Police Station, say they are making progress in the investigation into last month's gun attack on a public passenger bus along Spanish Town Road, in which one person was killed and 6 others, including 3 children, wounded. A woman killed in the attack was the mother of one of the wounded children. The 2 main suspects were recently captured by the police. Another corrupt police warden, the Brown suit, told our news team that charges will be laid in the case based on evidence gathered by the police. That is not where that is concerned. Watch your go on now. Then find some weed, people. Then find some weed. A team of officers assigned to the Area 3 Narcotics Division seized 250 pounds of ganja during an operation in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth yesterday. Information reaching our news team that between the hours of 9:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. the police were in the area where an abandoned church was searched. Yes, people, one church. The police said during the search, several pieces of ganja were seen tied to a string inside the building. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Anyway, now, people, watch me can move on with the news. I can tell you something. You see, in this life, I can tell you how people stay. You see, if you're not big, nobody really going to talk about you. Look how the girl from US dead. What's your name? Tory Boris. Everybody come out, come talk about it. But one little Jamaican dead, yes. I ain't see nobody really talk about it, you know. Anyway, let me give him a proper sending off now, yeah, man. The local track and field fraternity is now mourning the passing of former National Junior Representative Hujaye Cornwell. It is understood that Cornwell was killed in a hit-and-run accident in Florida approximately 2:45 a.m. yesterday morning. And nobody knew you talk about it, don't it? But everybody talk about, oh, rest in peace, story. Rest in peace, that. Rest in peace, that. So I'm to Cornwell. I want to want to, man. I could talk about him. According to reports, Colonel, who turned 26 on Monday, was walking along the roadway on his way home from work when he was struck by a Nissan Teda vehicle which was traveling in the same direction. The vehicle did not stop and the incident is currently under investigation. Just because you have a gold medal under his belt, I couldn't not talk about him. I couldn't answer, man. But may his soul rest in peace. Condolences to the friend and family of Cornwall. Anyway, now people watch Wagwan pa Wagwan. I'm going to tell them about Termite. The police has made a breakthrough in the murder of a man committed on April 14 in Racecourse, Clarendon. 22-year-old Ronaldo Gordon, otherwise called Termite, a mechanic of East Street in Denby, Clarendon, has been charged with the murder of 30-year-old Roger Edwards. Edwards was shot by a group of men at about 11:30 p.m. whilst at a karaoke event. The police said Gordon was among the group of men who engaged them in a shootout on April 15, during which he was wounded. One of his accomplices, Orlando Davis, otherwise called OJ, was fatally shot in the same incident. This a boy I should have get snapped with, you know. The biggie that police them drop the catch on this one there. No, me upset. Edwards was later pointed out a witness and charged on Monday following an interview. I slap him, should I get slapped with? Hold on a bit, now people are coming down on the court. Let me tell you that one now. The sugar daddy get life in a prison, you understand? But guess what? Remember I'm sick, you know. So it's so kicky bucket. Me know now wonder who me I talk about, so I can tell you now. 51-year-old mechanic Robert Fowler has been sentenced to life in prison for the murder of 20-year-old accounting clerk Canis Jackson. I sugar daddy killer people, you understand? Oh, and Mexican said that vex. The sentence was handed down by Justice Leighton Pusey. And I can tell the people them something. I don't want nobody come ask about the look you to the come on a ball. I try attach him name to dead left, but the girl don't want him have this and have that and one only passing thing. When you notice I don't see my ball no more. But anyway, now people, our father and our stepmother, them come out and attack. Because the mother can't really talk, you know. You understand? She still a feel it. But parents, listen me. A matter of fact, this have nothing to do with the parents them, because 90% of the time, the mama and the papa not even know where them pitney do. So kids, yes, young adult, listen to me right now. If you don't want the partner, leave the partner alone. Stop take the partner things. You understand? Because more are not dead, you know. More are not going dead. Can't say me never tell you no. But anyway, you are going pan wagwan.
Understand that in these circumstances, the family gets a sentence too. It's not something you want to say or accept, but we do. We are sentenced to mourn and grieve for the rest of our lives, what we thought would be ours for the rest of our life.
And even though we as a family grieve, he has also left his own family not in a similar situation, not identical, but they also now they're left to mourn and more than mourn, because even within our society, as we know it is currently, immediately, they themselves are now in a new state which they're very uncomfortable. And I must be honest, I grieve for my daughter, I grieve for the other victims in this society. These people are becoming victims, especially the women. Not that the men are not equally important. And we wonder, when will it stop? When will it just be a statistic? For example, my wife wrote something about the crime being brutal. And someone might be questioning, they're questioning the act as if the act wasn't brutal. So now we're becoming desensitized to brutality and to wickedness.
That is where that is concerned. I always come and tell the seminar, rush the news. Guess what, wagwan. The engine start get trouble and the plane crash right in a St. Mary. And yes, somebody dead. The pilot of an aircraft which crashed Friday morning in St. Mary has succumbed to injury he received in an accident. The pilot has been identified as former commanding officer for the Jamaica Defence Force Air Wing Reserve, Major Dudley Beak. Yes, everybody know Dudley. You understand? Dudley dead people. Understand. The other occupant of the single-engine aircraft was reportedly shaken up is said to be recovering well at hospital. The downed aircraft was reportedly spotted this morning by residents who assisted with the search and rescue mission in the hilly terrain of Unity near Hampstead in Port Maria, St. Mary. So far, investigators have theorized that the aircraft may have developed engine problem which led to the crash. It is not yet known where the small plane was heading or where it was departing from. Yes, people, as soon as we know more about that, we come back and tell you. But right now, Kanjo need to talk to you. Understand? From the other day, they have something to say, and I'm going to play it now.
In a country like Jamaica, where the normal tendency is to forgive and to be sympathetic because these are poor youths. What you get from the public these days is that they should get the death penalty. They should hang. The public has no sympathy anymore for these criminals, these terrorists, because they don't have any conscience themselves for the people of the country. More and more, the country is becoming hardened against the criminals. And that is a starting point for change in Jamaica. We can now safely say that the communities don't support the criminals. That the communities, if they could feel a high level of confidence, they would share more information. And you know what is happening? I'm sure the police is here. And the police will say that the flow of information from the public to the police has increased. Because the public is just simply tired of them. These are not poor youths trying to survive. No. These are terrorists who are well-funded. Well-funded enough that they have enough money to buy M16s. It is said by our intelligence reports that some of these high-powered weapons are in the region of 500,000 to 800,000. Very expensive. Which poor youth can afford that? And which poor youth in his right mind would get that amount of money and take it to go buy a gun? They don't mean anybody any good. They don't deserve the freedoms that law-abiding citizens have. And that is why you're seeing this growing call from the public that they should be hanged. No, we don't want to create a brutal society. That's not what we want to create. We don't want to do that. And whilst I understand the call, I also want to remind our citizenry that we are always good and sympathetic people who understand the issues. But the situation has reached this point now where we understand what you are saying, that the government needs to take serious actions against these criminal terrorists. Why would you get a chance, go overseas, you get some money, and instead of sending back book and clothes and fab, and cereal and rice, as they used to pack barrel and send, why would you now put in the detergent bucket a part of the gun, and then in the cornflakes another part, and then in the rice another part? Why would you do that? To go kill off your brother and your friend that you went to school with? You don't mean us any good. And once the public starts to be of that view, that these little criminals don't mean us any good and they should be separated, then we are on our way to solve the problem, because they will not find safe harbor and comfort in the communities. They were only able to survive because you gave them protection. You saw what was happening and you kept quiet. You saw what was happening and you didn't share any information. But now I think most Jamaicans realize that if you keep quiet about this thing, it is going to reach at your doorstep. So I say to the residents of Central Kingston, you have a role to play. Tell us the police force has improved dramatically in the last 10 years. Dramatically. Significant improvements have been made. Yes, there is always the concern about confidentiality and some police officers being compromised. But there are now secure channels, very secure channels, by which you can share information. You don't have to rely on your local station. There are private, very private and confidential hotlines and tip lines that you can call and give information.